Welcome to Jurassic World. How's it, everybody? Kiakahi Matsumoto here, presenting to you all another honest film review of 2018. This time around, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, before I get into this, as usual, for question of the video, what were your thoughts on the newest Jurassic World installment? Do you like it? Did you not like it so much? Or were you just rather indifferent to it and could have done without it, but at the same time was like, it was okay? So anyway, to summarize, this was an interesting film that leaned more towards suspense than its predecessor, and while I did like it better than the first Jurassic World, I did feel that there were some things in there that could have been left out. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard return as Owen Grady and Claire Dearing, respectively. Claire drags Owen along back to Isla Nublar to rescue 11 different dinosaur species from the island that's about to explode. Chief among them being Blue, the last living velociraptor that Owen trained in the first Jurassic World. Joining them are paleo-veterinarian Zio Rodriguez, played by Daniela Pineda, former Jurassic World information technologist Franklin Webb, portrayed by Justice Smith, and seasoned merc Ted Wheatley, portrayed by Ted Levine, who supervises the operation. The four of them are hired by Eli Mills, portrayed by Rafe Spall, the assistant to Sir Benjamin Lockwood, portrayed by James Cromwell, who happens to be John Hammond's former partner in making the tech for the dinosaur cloning. Claire, Owen, Zia, and Franklin, who shockingly and hilariously turns out to be a master of disguise, despite his wimpy nature, realize that the op is not what it seems to be, and the four of them get off the island and back to the Lockwood estate where a new hybrid dinosaur is unveiled. The Indominus Rex, shrunk down and altered to be the perfect killing machine and trained to respond to certain commands, the Indoraptor. Now, one thing that I noticed about the Jurassic World films is that they seem to have taken ideas from the Jurassic Park films and ran with them and presented them in a what-if scenario. The first Jurassic World, I noticed, portrayed the question, what if Jurassic Park was actually successful and open to the public? Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, on the other hand, seems to have proposed the question, what would have happened if the dinosaurs that were meant to be captured in the Lost World Jurassic Park actually all got captured and taken back to the mainland, but they got out and couldn't be contained, and not just the T-Rex. Now, the good of this film is that they seem to have dialed up on certain elements and toned down on others. For example, there's less severe swearing in this film, and the major curse words that do make it in are hilariously presented in a curse-cut short fashion. That's an example of an element being toned down. And an example of an element being toned up is the suspense is cranked up towards the last third to half of the film, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Another drastic improvement for me was the hybrid. Well, the Indominus Rex was the Indominus Rex. I can't speak. So while the Indominus Rex was vicious and dangerous, it honestly felt a bit lackluster in comparison. The Indoraptor, on the other hand, was relentless, bloodthirsty, intelligent, and will stop at nothing to get its prey. The comedy was improved on since the first one, and even the final stretch of the film, I felt, did better than its predecessor. I mean, the T-Rex and Blue tag team versus the Indominus Rex in the first one, while it was interesting, it was a bit of a goofy concept, I have to admit. And here's the bad in this situation that I felt. The timeline of the Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World films get mixed up. And I understand they're trying to merge the two franchises, but they made a few errors that left me and my friend Lenecki scratching our heads in confusion and trying our hardest to figure it out. We were thoroughly mixed up. Another criticism to point out was that a certain plot twist near the end of the film, which I'm guessing was put in there for shock value primarily, felt really unnecessary and didn't really serve any real purpose except to possibly set up the next film in the franchise if they do one. In addition, some characters, felt like they had no character development since the first film and feel right back where they started from. And this is the same problem Incredibles 2 had. Claire and Owen still squabble and then they make up towards the end, and Dr. Wu, he still hasn't learned from his failures and gets off easy again. Last criticism was, while I get that Owen was around Blue since she was a hatchling and she responds only to him, they are really reducing the dinosaurs to little more than trained attack animals. All in all, though, it was still an enjoyable film, and I would definitely want to go see it again. I give this one an 8 out of 10. Well done to director J.A. Bayona and everyone involved. So, that wraps it up for my honest review of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I hope this answers any and all questions you may have. And again, you don't need to agree with my opinions, you just have to know what I saw and observed. And even if you do disagree with my opinions, shoot me a comment down below and let me know what you thought of the most recent Jurassic World film. Next time on my reviews, the mission to rescue Janet Van Dyne gets taken underway with new successors to her and Hank Pym's mantles, Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, have a great day or evening, depending on what time zone you're in. Stay safe. Good night, everybody.